being a white rapper in hip hop that's a predominantly black genre, and oftentimes people say you're a guest. Mm-hmm. How do you take that statement?
I think it's true. It is true. And I agree. If you look at the origin of where hip hop came from, and what was happening in New York City and what was happening in the Bronx, and the way that black people and people of color have been treated historically in America from the jump, this was a music that was birthed out of oppression. Hip hop is inclusive, so there's always been an open door to a certain extent. In certain moments, it was a little bit harder to push it open back in the 90s. But I'm a guest.
Yeah.
M's a guest. Doesn't matter how good we get. Doesn't matter how great Eminem is. We're guests in the culture. 100%. And that's not to say that I don't belong here. I absolutely belong here. But you still have to realize that this is not your house and that you are a guest. And take your shoes off and help with some dishes. You know what I'm saying?
I hear a lot of pandering. That's what I hear. I mean, I don't know Macklemore enough to have a stance on him as an artist. The only thing I know about Macklemore is that he robbed Kendrick Lamar of a Grammy back in the day. Kendrick should have won for Good Kid, Mad City, man. But this whole, I'm sick of this narrative, bro. Allowing black folks to be racist. That's all it boils down to me, right? We're guests in hip hop because hip hop was birthed from blackness. So we're always going to be guests in hip hop because we're not black. That is racist. I ain't speaking for Macklemore. Like I say, I don't know enough about him and his stripes. But we speak on someone as far as Eminem is concerned. Like he's even said he's a guest in hip hop. I disagree with that, man. He's earned the stripes, right? Especially nowadays, man. It's like we can't sit here and act like we're still living in the 1960s and 50s and shit. It's 2023. Even though society wants y'all to believe that the world is as racist as they're making it seem, it's not. Trying to divide us more and more and more. You know, black folk, they probably gonna sit here and think I'm pandering by what the fuck I'm saying. No, I'm keeping it real. You know, in the words of Kevin Gates, it ain't black or white, it's real or fake. And this whole fucking guest in hip hop because it came from black struggle is a bunch of cap, man. Right? It came from that, but it ain't that no more, man. Hip hop is not black no more. Hip hop is for everybody. Right? Long as you out here doing the damn thing, you're gonna be accepted. There's gonna be an audience for you. By his definition or his comparison, I guess Michael Jordan is a guest in basketball. I guess Tiger Woods is a guest in golf. White folks started basketball, but it's dominated by black folk now. Are all black folks guests in basketball? It's stupid. All it does is divide. I can never be at your level because of the color of my skin. I can never be looked at as equal because of the color of my skin. That's all I hear around here, shit like this. Back to square one, bro. 2023, and we're still having this conversation. Still having this conversation. And then what about those that are black but are not a good representation of hip hop? You know what I'm saying? But they get a pass because they black. And then you got folks out here in whatever the race they are, and they may be representing hip hop in its truest form. They're always going to be considered a guest because of the color of their skin. All the fucking bullshit ass hip hop out there. It's just whatever, man. Well, that's not whatever. We can't let this conversation. Well, I can't let this conversation just die out like that, man. Y'all know what I stand for, what I represent, man. You know what I mean? And I understand the perspective, but it's not right. It's not right to sit here and tell someone they can never be accepted. Never be accepted. Never be considered family. Always going to be considered a guest. Essentially always going to be an outsider. No matter how good they are. No matter what stripes they earn. No matter what they've been through. No matter what obstacles they've gone through. They're always going to be an outsider because of the color of their skin.